Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Meeker Extreme here. I'm going to talk about my 2021 point 0.5 GPX TSE 250R motorcycle that I bought to review. And as you listen to me, I'm going to be riding the motorcycle and, you know, gives you something to look at while you're listening to me. So first thing I want to talk about that's very important is people are asking about getting it plated. Can you get it plated? Can you get it plated? Well, the bike doesn't come plated, but it does come with turn singles, and you can hook a horn up to it, and which is cheap if you need a horn for your state. And you can go through an inspection process. I'm going to guess for a lot of states, but you're going to have to check with your state. All I can talk about is Colorado, and where I'm at in Colorado, which is El Paso County. So that is Colorado Springs area. And what I did was I took the MSO, the purchase paperwork that said, I bought the bike for X amount. I took my insurance and my driver's license. I handed that over to the clerk at the clerk and recorder. That's what they call the DMV here. And I walked out with a plate, the tab, and the registration. Was given everything. Oh, after I paid, obviously, sales tax, because I had to pay sales tax. So that was probably like, I don't know, we'll say $500. I forget exactly what that was, but $500, I think it was like four or something. I paid that, and then they let you pay with Visa here, or you can write a personal check. I just paid with Visa, paid a little fee, and called it good. And I was in and out of there probably within, even with waiting, under an hour. I had an appointment time. A good thing with COVID, I kind of like the appointments, but it did take a month to get in there. That's the downside of it. But I got in there, had my appointment, and it's pretty speedy that way. And mine was simple. If you have everything and hand it to them, they pulled it up in the computer apparently. Didn't have an issue with however they do that. And, I was good to go. So I have a plate for the bike. It's not on the bike because I would look at the trails I ride. I'd be banging it on everything. So the one time when I went to the Gold Camp / Captain Jack's riding area, I actually just zip tied it on one of my climb backpacks. It worked really well how I have it. And I wish I could, I think it's called the knack pack, I believe. And with how that backpack is, I can actually fold the plate so you can't see it. So when I'm on trails like this, I don't need a plate dangling off the back, right? Two zip ties holding it on. It seems to be a perfect width for the bag. And that works good. And then I just fold it in when I'm on stuff or I don't need it if I'm using that bag for, another type of ride. So the bike is plated, so I can mainly for me that what that means is in a lot of riding areas in Colorado you can link various trail systems and you need that plate unfortunately to be able to make loops, and that also allows me if I want ride from my front door up through Mount Herman, which is a dirt road, and there's some trails off it just to mess around, play around type thing. What I also did recently that is big news is I installed the Keihin PWK 38mm carburetor. I happen to have one short body. It's a short body carburetor, so when you look it up, look for the short body. And the link's in the description. You can get it from Jeff Slavens Racing, or JD Jet Kit place. JD, they sell also that, and they'll include the jet kit. It's actually a better deal that way. I think at Slavens I want to say it's $324 or $34, which Slavens is a great guy, so he supports our trails and our right to ride, so definitely support him. But JD Jet Kit website, which I have a link in the description also, they sell it with their jet kit, and their jet kit is like $84. So if you can get the same setup from Just Slavens like that, that's awesome. So, the JD Jet Kit I happen to have also. I didn't have to buy it, and because it was on the gas. When I bought the gas, I had all this fancy stuff on there, and then I went to a smart car because I'm not a tuner. I don't want to mess with jets and all that. A lot of people don't mind doing it. Oh, if I go Moab, I just change the jets to this. And, they have their list of where they ride. They just change the jets for that. But here in Colorado, we ride anywhere from 6,000 feet, or this might be like 5,000 feet up to 13,000 feet. It's really hard to mess around with jetting because you don't know in one ride your elevation gains or decreases, whatever that would be, ups and downs on the graph of your elevation. So that's where a smart car makes sense, because then you don't have to mess with it. It might not be perfect for every situation, but it's going to allow you to at least run the bike in all those situations. So, that's kind of what I've been doing. You'll need the Motion Pro T3 cable, preferably, or you can modify the original cable by taking the crimp end that's at the throttle housing, cut that off carefully, get rid of that, and then you'll have enough play that the stock cable will work with the Keihin PWK 38 Carb to fully close that slide in the carburetor. So you'll be good to go if you do that. But the original cable is pretty thin. The wire itself is thinner than the Motion Pro. The Motion Pro is just a lot nicer cable, but it won't work with the stock housing for the throttle. So I ordered the G2 quick system. So that is coming. That'll be here next Wednesday. I'll install that with the Motion Pro cable, and then the Keihin Carb. I might even be able to test it before then. Get that installed. I should have the Smart Carb is going to be shipped hopefully early next week. So within hopefully the end of that week, I'll have the Smart Carb on, and I'll be good to go. This bike will be perfect. I think perfect. But I'll show you all the things you need to do. If you get the G2 throttle body and tube, they said it comes with a reducer, so you should be able to use the smaller thread of the GPX throttle cable if you want, but really, that's a cheap cable. Just get the Motion Pro T3 cable. It's 10-3000. It's the part number. Just buy that one. I'm not being sponsored by them. I bought that for $40, like $38, I believe. Just buy it. You'll never have to replace the cable. It's thicker. It's heavier duty. It's smoother. It's just a nicer cable. I also have TUBLiss system I need to still install on the bike. That's gonna, help out. I actually like TUBLiss, but the CST is the brand of the tires that came on the bike. Well, that's the brand of the tubes too, in the tires. They've been holding up to all this. I don't know if I've been lucky or what, but they've been actually doing pretty well. I also bought a new exhaust. The header part, the pipe, I got a new one of those. I just got it from GPX Moto. I think they run like $220. I got, I saved a little bit of money there, but nothing drastic. And I think that's kind of expensive for a pipe, especially from China. But I'm sure they're not buying cargo ships full of these pipes. So it is what it is. Not a big deal, but I smashed this one pretty good. It let me change it out for Moab. And then I can mess around with compressed air and stuff and heating it up and getting the major dents out of this pipe, so I can just put it back on. So I'll have a couple pipes. I don't mind that. They are working on a skid plate system. They're still working on the rotor guards. He said the factory over there is just swamped with fulfilling orders. But they are working on that, folks. So that's something to just keep an eye out. And I told him I spend $250 right away, buy an aluminum pipe guard that wraps around, and that is nice and will hold up, because that's cheaper than buying pipes, right? Just buy one of those and be done with it. And just like on my gas, that's the original pipe. I've never needed to replace the pipe. 2012, I probably have 19,000 miles on a two-stroke, because I've ridden that everywhere. So yeah, you'll never damage another pipe, really, unless you somehow get unlucky. I hope, what I'm saying helps some people out. hopefully me spending all this money by getting all these parts helps people out. You can help me out by going to my Amazon affiliate link in the description and, you know, buying your normal groceries, whatever you're going to buy. If you're going to buy a mountain bike rack for your car or something else, it doesn't even have to be motorcycle related. Just go there, click the link, and go do your shopping. And I'll get a piece of that pie. And it might be $1 here, $1 there, but it all adds up. And if I can build that up more, it helps me reinvest that money into these reviews and these bikes, and just really keep it going, you know, because that's what on my channel, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to show you parts, not just the bike, but all these different parts that can or cannot fit. Like the Husky, I spent $100 on that Husky rear fin that works on a 2019, but apparently not on this one. Well, we know it doesn't work, right? But I lost $100 just like that, because I'm trying to show you guys what works or doesn't work. And in that case, it didn't work. So that stinks, but that's the idea behind my videos, is to show, hey, not only do I think surprisingly that this bike is pretty good, but hey, these parts work on this bike. You know, I still have stuff to put on this bike, but I'm trying to put it through its paces without tossing on new stuff. I still have the ZeelTronic. I still have that to put on to program the power valve, and I just haven't done that because I'm trying various setups with the stock bike before I just toss that on there. There's no good way to go about testing a lot of this stuff, but I would like to find the ideal setup, and I think once I get the smart carb, that's when I'll put on the ZeelTronic and then fine tune the power valve, and then this bike will, I think, be pretty good. Will be shining. You know, I also got a name brand spark plug for it. Why? Just a normal one. I didn't get iridium or anything. Just a name brand spark plug because, well, it's cheap, and just to upgrade that part to something that's name brand. You know, it just helps out, and it's not expensive. So why not do it? Anyways, I hope my videos are helping you decide whether you want a GPX or not. Doesn't matter to me. I bought the bike, and I'm actually surprised how good the bike is. And does it have plenty of power? For my weight, it seems fine. Obviously, I'm riding it in these steep, loose conditions. I don't have a problem in boulder field. I think it's fine. People keep, oh, how fast does it go? I'm not a supermoto racer. I'm not a guy out there on a bike that's in wide open. I like these slower paced riding areas. Sixth gear, I'll probably never get in a sixth gear. Well, bigger rides like Moab probably in between trails, but that's just not me typically. Anyways, hopefully this helps you all out, and take care, you all. Stay well, hit that notification bell, and just have a good one. Get out there and ride.